Hello everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Daily Routine Speaking Practice. I'm Jessica, your host, and I'm thrilled you're here with me today. Whether you're learning English, looking to improve your speaking skills, or simply want to build confidence for everyday conversations, you've made a great choice by tuning in. In this podcast, we'll focus on daily routines, those simple, everyday actions that make up our lives. By practicing talking about these routines, you'll naturally improve your fluency, pronunciation, and ease of speaking bit by bit. Before we jump into the exercises, let's start with a simple warm-up to relax your mouth and voice. Good speaking begins with good breathing, so let's take a deep breath together. Breathe in slowly through your nose, hold it, and now breathe out gently through your mouth. Let's do that once more. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. Feeling calmer already? Great. Now let's loosen up your mouth with some stretches. Stick your tongue out as far as you can and hold it for a few seconds, then relax. Move your tongue slowly to the right, hold, then to the left, hold. Open your mouth wide and say "ah" like you're at the doctor's office. Finally, purse your lips as if you're about to whistle, hold it, then finish with a big smile. Perfect, now your mouth is warmed up and ready to speak clearly. Let's move on to some useful words and phrases you'll often hear and use when talking about daily routines. Repeat after me as I say them slowly. Wake up, get up, brush teeth, take a shower, get dressed, eat breakfast, go to work or school, have lunch, take a break, finish work or school, exercise, cook dinner, watch TV, read a book, and go to bed. Say them once more, this time a little faster. Well done. Now, I'll show you how to put those words into simple sentences using the present simple tense. This tense is perfect for talking about routines because it describes habits and things we do regularly. Listen and repeat after me. I wake up at 7 a.m. every day. She brushes her teeth after breakfast. We take a shower in the morning. He goes to work by bus. They have lunch at noon. I read a book before I sleep. Great job. Now it's your turn. I'll say a sentence, and then I'll pause so you can say it aloud. Ready? I get up at 6:30 every morning. Pause. I eat breakfast with my family. Pause. I work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pause. I exercise 3 times a week. Pause. I go to bed at 10 p.m. Pause. Keep practicing these sentences to build your confidence every day. To help you imagine how these sentences fit into real life, let me tell you about my morning routine. Every morning, I wake up at 6 a.m. I get out of bed and stretch for a few minutes. Then, I brush my teeth and take a quick shower. After that, I get dressed and go to the kitchen to make breakfast. I usually eat toast and drink a cup of coffee. Around 7 a.m., I leave the house and walk to the bus stop. I enjoy this quiet time before the busy day begins. Now, try to repeat that story in your own words. Imagine you're telling a friend about your morning. After sharing my morning routine, let's explore some common questions people often ask about daily routines. For example, someone might ask, "What time do you usually wake up?" Or, "Do you exercise every day?" When answering, you can use simple sentences like, I usually wake up at 7 a.m. or I exercise 3 times a week. Practicing these Q&A patterns will help you feel ready for real conversations. Now, I'll ask you a few questions, and I want you to pause after each one and answer aloud as if we were having a chat. Ready? What time do you wake up on weekdays? Pause. Do you eat breakfast at home or outside? Pause. How do you get to work or school? Pause. What do you usually do in the evening? Pause. Great job! Remember, practicing speaking with questions and answers is one of the best ways to improve. Now, let's talk about the daily challenge. Every day, I'll give you a small task or assignment to practice your speaking skills. Today's challenge is simple. Try to describe your entire morning routine aloud, just like I did earlier, but in your own words. Don't worry about making mistakes, the important thing is to speak as much as you can. You can record yourself on your phone or speak to a friend or family member. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become. Before we finish today's episode, I want to share a quick tip about practicing pronunciation. When you speak, focus on saying each word clearly and slowly at first. It's okay to take your time. As you get more comfortable, you can speak faster. Also, listen carefully to native speakers, maybe in movies, podcasts, or conversations, and try to mimic their intonation and rhythm. This will help your speaking sound more natural. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Remember, improving your speaking skills is a journey, and every small step counts. I'm here to guide you every day with simple, practical exercises you can do at home or anywhere. So keep practicing, stay motivated, and I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Daily Routine Speaking Practice. Until then, have a wonderful day and keep speaking. Let's dive a little deeper into how you can talk about your daily routine with confidence. One of the best ways to do this is by focusing on verbs, the action words that tell us what happens in a routine. We already mentioned words like wake up, get dressed, and eat breakfast, but let's explore a few more that will help you add variety and detail when you speak. For example, you might say, I prepare my lunch at 12 o'clock, or I check my emails after I arrive at work. You can also use verbs like leave, arrive, meet, call, and study. These words add richness and clarity to your descriptions. Try repeating these verbs after me: prepare, check, leave, arrive, meet, call, study. Good. Now, when you're putting these verbs into sentences, remember that for routines, we use the present simple tense. This means the verb usually stays in its basic form, but for the third person singular, he, she, it, you add an s or es. For example, I eat breakfast, but she eats breakfast. It's a small change, but important for making your sentences sound correct. Let's practice together. I'll say the sentence, and you repeat it. Ready? I prepare my lunch at noon. Pause. He checks his emails in the morning. Pause. They leave work at 5 p.m. Pause. She arrives at school at 8 a.m. Pause. We meet our friends in the evening. Pause. I call my family every day. Pause. He studies English after dinner. Pause. Wonderful. Keep practicing these sentences until you feel comfortable saying them without thinking too much. Sometimes, it helps to add more details to your routine to make your stories more interesting. Instead of just saying, I eat breakfast, you can say, I eat breakfast at 7:30 a.m., usually cereal with milk and a cup of coffee. Adding details like time, food, and drinks helps you speak more naturally and gives your listener a clearer picture. Let's try this together. Imagine your breakfast right now. What do you eat? When do you eat it? Try saying, I eat your breakfast food at time. For example, I eat eggs and toast at 8 a.m. or I drink orange juice in the morning. Say your sentence out loud now. Pause. Great. Another important part of speaking practice is using linking words to connect your ideas smoothly. Words like then, after that, before, and sometimes help you tell your story in order and make your speech sound natural. For example, I wake up at 6 a.m., then I brush my teeth. After that, I take a shower. Try repeating that sentence after me. Pause. Excellent. Let's try building a longer sentence together using these linking words. I'll start and you finish. I wake up at 7 a.m., then, pause for you to add your part. Imagine you say, I eat breakfast. Great. Now, after breakfast, pause. You might say, I go to work. Perfect. See how these words help connect your routine steps clearly? Sometimes routines are different on weekends or special days. You can say, on weekends, I sleep late, or sometimes I visit my parents after work. Notice how on weekends and sometimes help explain when or how often something happens. These words are called frequency and time expressions, and they're very useful in everyday speaking. Let's practice a few frequency words now. Always, usually, sometimes, rarely, never. Repeat after me. Pause between each word. Great. Now, try saying sentences with these words. For example, I always drink tea in the morning, or she rarely watches TV. I'll say the sentence, and you repeat. Ready? I usually go for a walk after lunch. Pause. He never eats breakfast. Pause. They sometimes study in the evening. Pause. If you want to improve your fluency, it's important to practice not only speaking but also listening. Try to listen carefully to people talking about their daily routines, maybe in TV shows, podcasts, or conversations with friends. Pay attention to the words they use, their pronunciation, and the way they link ideas. Then, try to copy their sentences and rhythm. This technique is called shadowing, and it's very effective for building natural speaking skills. For today's practice, I'll speak a short dialogue between two friends talking about their routines. Listen carefully, and then I'll help you practice by repeating and acting it out yourself. Here's the dialogue. Hi, Sarah. What time do you usually wake up? Hi, Mark. I usually wake up at 6:30 a.m. How about you? I wake up at 7 a.m. most days, but on weekends I sleep a little longer. That sounds nice. Do you exercise in the morning? Yes, I go for a run 3 times a week. What about you? I don't exercise much, but I try to walk after dinner. Now, let's practice this dialogue together. I'll say one line, then pause for you to repeat. Then you can try both parts if you want. Ready? Hi, Sarah. What time do you usually wake up? Pause. Good. Hi, Mark. I usually wake up at 6:30 a.m. How about you? Pause. Keep going with the rest of the dialogue, repeating each line and practicing both sides. This will help you improve your conversation skills in everyday situations. Remember, it's perfectly okay to make mistakes while practicing. Speaking is a skill you build over time by trying, making errors, and correcting yourself. Don't be afraid to speak out loud every day, even if it's just to yourself. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. If you want, you can also write down your routine and practice reading it aloud. Writing helps organize your thoughts and gives you confidence when speaking. For example, write a short paragraph about your morning routine, then read it out loud several times until you feel comfortable. Here's a short example you can copy or change to fit your own life. I wake up at 7 a.m. every day. I brush my teeth and take a shower. Then, I get dressed and eat breakfast with my family. After that, I leave the house to go to work by bus. I work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., then I come home and relax. Try writing your own paragraph now, or record yourself reading it aloud. This exercise helps improve both your vocabulary and pronunciation. Another fun way to practice is to use your phone or a voice recorder app. Record yourself describing your routine, then listen back. You might notice words or sounds you want to improve. Try to say the sentence again, focusing on those parts. This self-feedback is a powerful way to improve quickly. Before we finish today, I want to share some motivational advice. Learning a language is a journey, and it takes time and patience. Celebrate every small success, every new word learned, every sentence spoken, every conversation started. Remember, every day you practice speaking, you're getting better and closer to your goal. Be proud of yourself. Thank you so much for joining me today on Daily Routine Speaking Practice. I hope this episode gave you useful tools and confidence to talk about your daily routines. Keep practicing the exercises we did today, and remember to try your daily challenge. Describe your morning routine in your own words. I'm excited to hear about your progress. As we come to the end of today's episode, I want to remind you that speaking about your daily routine isn't just about the words you use. It's about telling your story, sharing your life in a way that feels natural and confident. Every routine is unique, and your way of describing it will help others get to know you better. So, don't be shy to add your own details, feelings, and little habits that make your routine special. Before we say goodbye, let me share one last tip. Try to practice speaking every single day, even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes. Consistency is the secret to improvement. Find a moment in your day, maybe when you're having breakfast, walking, or relaxing, and speak aloud about what you're doing or what you plan to do next. Use the words and sentences from today's practice, or create your own. The more you speak, the more natural it will become. I also encourage you to keep a speaking journal. Each day, write a few sentences about your routine, then read it aloud. Record yourself if you can. Listening back helps you notice your progress and areas to improve. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I'm proud of you for taking this important step in your speaking journey. Remember, every word you speak brings you closer to your goals. Keep practicing, keep exploring, and most of all, enjoy the process. Tomorrow, we'll continue with the afternoon part of your day. We'll learn how to describe your work or school activities, and I'll share some fun exercises to help you speak confidently about those parts of your routine. Until then, I wish you a wonderful day filled with small victories. Keep speaking, keep smiling, and I'll see you soon on Daily Routine Speaking Practice. Goodbye for now.